Mother May I, happy birthday. It's the born day. I'm thirsty. I just miss drinking, and sharing some agua with my mother, baby bro. It's the day that she was born. So, of course, that I got to come on. Knowledge is love, and she taught me so much. She was a teacher, had the best clutch, kept the illest purses and the flyest shoes. Even though that she lived through the blues, a lot of bad news, but she always just soared, persevered. And she loved the Lord, a heaven, angel, sent from above. Now I can just say it's more than just love. When I meditate and pray at night, I see visions of my mother and she's out of sight. She's walking again, talking again, hanging out with my father again. Also seeing her mom for the first time since she was young. Ooh, my mind is on fire of the celebrations and all the laughing. Don't you know? I'm just like giraffing, wishing I could stretch up and just see a peek in the heaven to see my family smiling and shining, just glowing. Ooh, my parents, they were just flowing. Two legends, Harlem, you see. That's what really made up the E. A Harlem girl and a Tampa fella. That's why I stick it more a cappella off the top of the dome. That Taurus Aries mix produced me, the number one pick, the best son, the illest one. Lyrically, you know that I'm more than well hung. Come on, y'all. What can I say? But happy birthday, Mom. Today is your day. All right, y'all. What's going on? Woo-woo! Yeah, it's your boy, Eric Taylor.
Irene Max here, and so is Mad Gaming.
What's up, you guys?
Irene said something to be, and Mad Gaming said, "What up, man? How's everything going?"
It's going. It's really going. Been a tough couple of days for your boy. I'm going to try to get through the show. No tears, just smiles and celebration. Today would have been my mother's 81st birthday. She is in heaven. She is missed. She is loved. And I'm going to share some of her story and placements with you guys. And it's Taurus season. 1 degree. This is episode 50 of my Knowledge is Love podcast. And oh man, I was talking to an amazing astrologer today. I got a guest for you guys next Thursday. She is amazing. Anjani, Awaken the Dream School. Really cool woman, an astrologer, and I'm excited to connect with her and share with you guys her energy, her knowledge, which is crazy. And just, chop it up talking about some astrology and the current energy that we're dealing with. Now, as this show is live, really deep, it's a Capricorn Moon at my natal placement. This is just to show you how God, the universe, my mom's hand, everything. So it's her birthday. It's Taurus season. All these planets in Taurus and in Pisces, and my mother was a Pisces moon and Pisces ascendant. The moon's in Capricorn, and me being a Virgo sun, the ascendant is at 17 degrees Virgo, as we're speaking right now, which is the degree of my Virgo sun. You cannot make this stuff up. 11 degrees Capricorn, my moon natal, and the Virgo ascendant, which is the truth. Come on, my sidekick.
Hi.
That's his ascendant, and it's at my degree of my sun. Hey,
and,
Jessica.
Jason Watkins, I believe they're
Hey, what's up, Jason? He's one of my new clients. What's up, man? How you doing? Listen, I'm getting to it. I'm working on all these charts. I got a bunch. And let me just say this to you guys. Please have some patience, grace, and mercy for your boy. I'm working on a lot of charts right now, including Jason's. And I needed a day. You know, I'm emotionally just going through it. I'm missing my mom. And I know it's going to get easier for me. This is her first birthday after her passing on September 21st, while I was in a coma. And you could only imagine waking up to that. Yeah. So she was amazing. Cheryl Taylor. So I took care of my mom for over 17 years. She was a survivor of breast and brain cancer, and then she had dementia. She was a teacher for 35 years. She taught second grade, but only for 2 years, mainly fifth grade up in Harlem. She's a Harlem girl, born and raised. And I mean, the toughest woman you would ever meet. I mean, when you say someone's got 9 lives, my mom had about 15 and just kept fighting off death at its door like so many times. The day of the inauguration for Biden, I literally saved my mother's life. And you could see it in the chart. She was choking on some meatloaf. Very scary. The boys were all upset and crying. Her lips were turning blue. I got her out of the wheelchair and I did the Heimlich on the carpet in the living room, in the family room. And we called 911 and they were like, do mouth to mouth. Right. And I was like, no, it's not time for that. I knew that I had to get her mouth open. It's like she had lockjaw almost. I had to get her mouth open to get the meatloaf out so that there was a passageway so she could start breathing. And I'm glad I went with my Black Moon, Lilith, and Virgo instincts and didn't listen to 911 because I saved my mother's life. And I saved it quite a few times, but that one, it was quite literal, hands-on. I literally, physically saved her life.
Really quick, let me catch up on these comments. So Irene Max said that was dope, like freestyle at the beginning. And
thank you.
Jessica said, hey, and then Jason said, hey, Eric, happy birthday to your mother, said Jessica. Jason said, happy birthday to the queen. It was my mom's birthday yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome, Jason.
Jason said, wow, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
God bless.
It was crazy, man. But I want to share this with you guys because I want you to know, one, it's not just even about transparency. It's about knowledge is love. And, you know, I really want to know where Taurus is in your chart. But I really want you guys to understand, no matter what, and I know that not everyone's blessed with a great mom, and every mom is different to every child and every sibling and every this and that. But no matter what, you got to honor your mother, your parents, but forgive them as well and your mother, because it's also a gift to yourself. Okay. And I teach that when I work with you guys in terms of healing yourself through your dream book, writing letters to your younger self, but forgiveness. It can be a gift for your parents, but it's a gift for you. You don't want to hold on to stuff. This life is so short and so precious. And you got to appreciate every moment. And sometimes, I know different ages in our lives, it can be hard and, when you're young and this and that. And sometimes mom or dad can do terrible, mean things to us. But sometimes I hate to say it, but it's almost like they're literally just playing out a part in the screenplay of the map of your life in your birth chart. I see it in your charts. I see how your mom and dad were. I see it in my chart. Now, with me, my moon is trining my sun. That Capricorn moon and Virgo sun, it's a trine between the 11th
and the Sacred Owl
and
here.
3rd house. Hey, Sacred Owl and D.
D.
Lemaine
said, hello, sweet man.
Hey.
And then
that's Dominique.
Yeah. Then the Sacred Owl said, hello, Eric in chat. And then D. Lemaine said, we choose our parents from the spiritual realm.
That's right,
and
Dominique.
Hosan Miguel Said I'm definitely working on my wounds that came from my parents now.
Yeah, and I think we all have to, you guys. You know what I mean? Because understand, and I see it now as a parent, right? So I can look at my boys' charts and I know my heart and my intentions, but children in a child's mind will always perceive things differently, right? So even when we're trying to instill lessons or discipline, a child could perceive it like, oh my God, mom or dad is so mean or tough. And it's like, no, we're just trying to prepare you for this dirty, filthy world. You know what I mean? And that's what I see in our charts. Like, I want you guys to understand and be aware. And that's why forgiveness is always the key and such a lesson to learn. But for you guys that came on a little bit later, it's a trip. So the ascendant is at Virgo. The truth is a Virgo rising. I'm a Virgo sun, but was at 17 degrees. That's my natal sun. And then the Capricorn moon, when we started this, was at 11 degrees. And that's my natal Capricorn moon. So this is bigger than you and me. And, my mom and God are watching over this. So we're going to get into Taurus season. You guys can tell me what house your Taurus is in and if you have any planets or placements. So right now we're at 1 degree Taurus. My mom was a 0 degree Taurus, but we have the Sun, Mercury, Uranus, and the North Node in Taurus. And next week I have a guest coming on, you guys, another astrologer, Anjani. Hopefully you've seen her channel. If not, you'll learn all about it next week. She's amazing, and we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff. It's called Awaken the Dream School. She's like deep, and a brilliant young lady. Young lady meaning she's younger than me, but she's an OG. She's a good astrologer and just deep and yoga teacher and all this stuff. So she's going to come on next Thursday. So do not miss it. And I told you, I still got a bunch of guests lined up for the month of May coming on. So it's going to be, woo, I don't want you guys to get tired of just me. I want to share and bring on guests. And plus, I like bigging up people and stuff. Hey, Amaris Tagus, yes. Yeah. Hi, Amaris. How are you? Good to see you this week. So we're talking about Taurus season and my mom, who was a Taurus. She was on that cusp of power, 0 degree Taurus, but definitely a Taurus. But she did have her Mercury and Aries in the second house. So my mother was a Pisces ascendant, Pisces moon. So I'm going to give you a little insight to a child of that. So like literally walking down the street in New York City, Harlem, Upper West Side, wherever, my mom had to stop and talk to everybody. She was a social butterfly and a diva as a teacher. Like my mom was the one with the high heels, all the gold bracelets and earrings and, Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all these bags and, and just, she used to be like a size 2. She was skinny mini. And she got older, she gained weight. But for a long time, my mom was like on some like supermodel stuff. She was mad petite. She had the crazy ill stellium in Taurus in the 3rd house. We're talking sun. And I'm sorry, I didn't go through Restream to see if and I don't know how to do the Zoom unless I do maybe I have to upgrade the Zoom to do the Zoom through YouTube. I tried it once and it just was echoing. So I got to, try to figure that out. But I have Restream, but I wasn't sure about the screen share, but I know my mom's sharp by heart. But so yeah, Pisces ascendant, Pisces moon, but the Taurus sun, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus. That's a 5-planet stellium in the 3rd house. That's a lot. It's a heavy duty. And I share Saturn and Taurus with my mother. So she passed away during her Uranus return. There's some comments, buddy. So, so that's and for those who came late that might not know.
Sacred Owl said, thanks for honoring your mother. Yeah. Amara said, hello. D. Lemaine said Virgo rising with Taurus, 9th house, with Mercury and Saturn in the 9th house. Irene Mack said 11th house, have Mercury and Chiron at 28 degrees, apex of Yod. Hopeson said only Taurus I have is in the 12th house as a Gemini rising.
Yeah. So
Mars said I'm great. Hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Taurus and Sun and Mercury in the 4th house.
Mars said this?
Taurus and in the 5th house. Mars said, I have Pisces Moon too.
Oh, Mars. Wow. Well, I don't know if you have kids yet, but when you do, you'll probably embarrass them too, Mars. That Pisces Moon. So one thing I would see with the Pisces ascendant from my mom, she sometimes was a little naive and gullible. Sometimes she would have let, the other half, men take advantage of her and stuff. And, but she was very disciplined, The only time she never missed a day of work. The only time she missed a day of work is when she was on sabbatical for breast cancer and then, another injury back in the 70s and stuff. So and then when she broke her ankle. Oh, so literally Mars in Aquarius, 12th house. When I was in sophomore year of high school, my mother broke her ankle with her high heels getting caught in the carpet and had to have ankle surgery. And I was able to get her to stop smoking cigarettes. Now, she snuck a couple of cigarettes after that when she went back to work, but overall she stopped because I was just not going for it. She wanted to send me to the store to get her cigarettes. And I was like, I'm not buying you cigarettes. No, Mom, they're nasty. That's it. So good thing I did too. Probably, helped her a little bit, even though she still got breast cancer. But so that because remember, Mars is surgery and procedures, and Aquarius is the ankles, shins, and calves.
Mars foot laughing emojis.
Yeah, and that's something. Oh yeah, my mom. Oh my gosh, she was such a diva, but it's so funny. She could be so sweet, and then like a pit bull at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like a pit bull in a dress and high heels. Like it's so. It was such a interesting like yin yang and dichotomy. You know what I mean? Like she was just so different. And that stellium 5th house. Oh my gosh. And then she had Lilith and Mercury and Aries in the 2nd house. Which, she had a little sassy mouth, Harlem girl, and my mom was such a mutt, in the sense that like her mother was like Jewish and probably, some Irish or British and African American, but very fair skin. And then my mother's father was from Nassau, from the Bahamas, so Bahamian. So she. But what's interesting, you guys, and this can be an indicator. It's not for all moons, but the Pisces moon on the ascendant. You can see where because my mother's mom passed away when she was 14. But when you have the Pisces moon, sometimes, especially on the ascendant, but sometimes in general, the mother, because your moon placement tells you something about your mom, right? So my Capricorn moon tells me about my mom was kind of strict and disciplinarian and, kind of serious. And a lot of Capricorn moons actually wind up taking care of their mothers. I've just done research on that. It's kind of fascinating. But back to the Pisces moon, you'll see a lot of times where Pisces moons can lose their mother at a younger age. Now I know Kim Kardashian didn't, but Kanye did, and he wasn't so young. He was already an adult, but he'd lost his mom unexpectedly. But yeah, for my mom, it was 14 years old, and she was like working since she was 14, to help support the family, just her and her dad. So really deep, fascinating person and woman. And my parents were trailblazers. They were a lot of places, the first Black people to be at different places and this and that. And the stand-up comic, Red Fox, Sanford and Son, he was teasing my dad, because my mom, in some circles, she looked like she was Caucasian, but, you could see that she had more, mixture of ethnicity, of features, But anyway, so I think Red Fox was getting on my dad in Atlantic City, because he was a chocolate brother, like, what you doing with that white woman, man? And or something, whatever. And my mom would tell me the story about that when I would see the old 8-track cassette tapes of Red Fox. My dad liked him. So it was, my parents were bigger than life. And I've adapted, right? Since 6 years old, I lost my dad. He was murdered when I was 6. So I adapted and adjusted to not having my dad, but I had my mom my whole life. 51 years. Although on my birthday, I was in a coma, so. But the most of that 51st year we spent together. So, but yeah, so there's a lot of just interesting things. Her Taurus and Jupiter and, loving nature and her husband being in business and like finance, in terms of Jupiter representing the husband. And then her Juno was in Leo, and my father was a Leo ascendant. Isn't that deep? It's crazy, man. One day I'll figure out the Zoom or the Restream and show both my parents' charts. It's just, it's heavy. It's heavy. So I hope you guys are doing well.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Lady Menza.
Hey, Lady Menza.
Said, hi, guys. And then Mad Gaming said, I love the Saturn in the 4th house video.
Oh, thanks, Mad Gaming. I appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoying the Pluto and Saturn series.
My Saturn is in Aquarius. My mother is in Aquarius. Thanks for the video. And then S4 said, I have Pisces Moon in the 9th house. My mother passed at 10 years old. My Chiron is in Cancer. Is at 10 degrees. Wow. Amara said, cool. I'm mixed too. Persian and Mexican.
Persian
and Mexican.
Wow, that's a great mix, Amaris. That's deep. Your parents, like, you want to be like Persian and Mexican. Where the heck did they meet, right? That's a great mix. Yeah.
What do you call it? My mom has a Pisces moon too. She's still here on Earth with us. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. Yeah, but also, you guys, Pisces moons, it doesn't mean that they have to die, but they, in a way, can be, when you're born, I don't want to say emotionally unavailable, but they could be not available to nurture you the way you need. They could be in a fog. They could be unrealistic, idealistic about motherhood. They could be, deluding themselves about just that whole experience. And sometimes you can see the relation to your, like Amaris for you, the relation to your moon and your sun, and what, were they speaking to each other in terms of the conversation of your parents, right? Like I had a trine in my sun and my moon, so there was a, perfect energy of flow when I was born. Not saying that things were perfect, but like they were in a good place, I guess. So just so you guys know, when you look at your own chart, so it's kind of fascinating in that sense. But yeah, I'm glad you liked the Saturn video. I'm moving along with those. And you know me, I'm probably ready to just at least get to the first houses of Mercury, Neptune, and Uranus. I do want to do Juno and Chiron, and someone requested Black Moon Lilith through houses, but I'm going to get to that a little bit later on. Want to do Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune, definitely soon. But yeah, Pluto, I got some down the pipe coming, 7th, 8th house coming soon. And gotta record some Saturn ones. But right now I'm not recording anything because I'm just like grinding. And I thank you so much. Like I'm just overwhelmed and so busy with so many charts and different things. And it's great, and I don't mind being busy. I guess it's just little hiccup right now because this is the first birthday after my mother passed. So but we got a cake and we're going to celebrate tonight and share stories and memories and honor my mom. And I'm going to share it on my
Really
YouTube.
quick, Lady Menza said, loving the videos. And then Amara said, I'm getting a reading this month for sure.
Oh, good, Amara. I look forward to that.
My mother is also a Pisces Moon.
Wow, a lot of you guys with the Pisces Moon. That's deep. We got our own little club here, right? Children of the Pisces Moon people. Well, your Pisces Moon mom. I mean, my mom, and maybe you guys could share with me. But my mom, she would like talk to strangers and smile everybody down the street in New York City and hello, good morning. And I would be so embarrassed as a kid. I'm like, oh my God, Ma, do you have to talk to everybody? You know what I mean? Like it'd be so annoying. And now, years later, after being able to do her chart, I'm like, wow. My mom was just a sweetheart. And Pisces moons, you guys, male or female, are just really sweethearts. They're just really psychic, intuitive, super sensitive. My mom was like crazy sensitive. But I'm realizing now she was very perceptive of energy. And it's so funny. I didn't know this. She didn't know this. And so I have Saturn and Taurus like my mom does. Hers third house, mine's seventh house. So in a trine. But I didn't get married till 37, right? And my mom used to always say, don't get married till after 30. She's like, if you can, wait till 40. And I'd be like, Mom, it's too late. Like, why do you, I didn't know why she would be saying that stuff to me. And I guess she knew. She was like, look, a lot of men, they got to just, sow their royal oats and figure out who they are and establish themselves. And then it's better to get married later. And she didn't realize she was dropping jewels on me to get married after your Saturn returns. Now, 37 is a little bit later than that. I mean, I could have got married 32, 33. But, Saturn was preparing me, right? I had to respond to my abilities. I had to get mature. I had to get prepared to be serious for relationships and marriage, and all that good stuff. So, I mean, hey, I wish I met my wife a couple of years earlier, but, we got a long, long marriage ahead of us. So I'm excited. And my anniversary is coming up at the end of June. So I'm very excited. 14 years. So it's a blessing. So I'm going to have my wife on too, you guys, soon. My wife is launching her business. She's coming back with her new business. It's Sabale Pure Face and Body, organic and vegan body and skincare.
Jackie's here.
Hey, Jacqueline. What's up, Jackie? And so what's so cool, my wife was on the local news here in AZ, where I live. She was on the local news being interviewed because she's doing an event for Earth Day. And that's when her products and everything is launching. So she's just starting off with trace mineral deodorants, really good. And then lip balms. And then she's going to do like a body spray oil. And then she might bring in something else. But she's got lip balms for all seasons, for each season. And 2 different flavors of deodorant. I think Rose Palo Santo and lavender lemongrass. I mean, really great. But you guys,
really quick, Lady Menza said, my son has Pluto conjunct Saturn, conjunct South Node in the 4th house, in Capricorn, Cancer Sun.
Whew. Okay. Pluto conjunct Saturn. Are you real strict on him? That's a lot in the 4th house. Got to make sure, you see, and sometimes it's hard, right? When we know astrology and then we're parents and, you can see things playing out. And I think it's really deep because, and I'm getting ready to put up a video my son did. And it's true, like you guys should get chart readings for your children because it can help you, excuse me, potentially adjust your parenting style, but also better meet your kids' needs for the education with the Mercury, for their emotions with the Moon. Okay. Like this guy over here with the Gemini Moon, he needs to verbally express his emotions, my other boys with I got one with the Virgo moon and then Scorpio moons. The Scorpio moons, they've got to let their emotions out or else it could physically hurt their bodies. Scorpio moons, they have to like lose it. Intense emotions, right? But it's healthy that they get it out, even though it can be annoying as a parent. I don't mind it so much because I know that they've got to express it, because if they keep it inside, they could get themselves sick. And we don't want sick little people, you know? So it's really deep. And so I always recommend to you guys birth chart readings for the children. And then also you can help kind of guide and steer them through some of the pitfalls, you know? I mean, listen, you know, as parents, like, you know, you do your best to like 18, and then once they go off and leave the house, and maybe they'll be back and forth in between college, you know, for breaks and stuff like that. But, you know, once they kind of like are out of your home, you lose control. So you only have a certain amount of days, you know, 365, like, yo, work that calendar. You've got to instill. This kid will tell you, you know, I have a recording record, like a track, constant, you know, teaching that discipline and repetition, you know, because I want him. And it's, you know, challenging, right? Having a Virgo dad, right? Like, but I want him to be prepared for anything that comes his way. You know, the tennis ball flying at your head to the left, whoosh, you know, duck, you know, like whatever it is, like, and I know that that's not how life works, because things are going to happen and you learn lessons through the pain, the trauma, the crises. God knows I learned a ton because I done been through it. But I'm just saying, as a parent, you like I always tell my boys, right? I want them to be taller than me, richer than me, kinder than me, nicer than me, wealthier than me, you know, funny, like all of it. Like you know what I mean? I'm not in competition with them. It's my job to make them and to help them be better than me in every way possible. Now, none of them will ever be a better MC than I am. That's just, you know, that's not happening. And yes, I'm the type of MC, I would battle my own kids and destroy them.
Okay. Here,
It's that Virgo and Mercury and Mars, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. Jackie said, "Dang, Eric, been intently listening to your talk and forgot to say something. Oops." Moon Gemini, by the way.
Yeah. No, it's okay. You'll remember what you were saying. But, you know, there's a lot of intense energy right now, you guys. And, you know, yes, I'm feeling very emotional because of my mother's birthday and missing her like nobody's business. But understand, for all of you fixed signs, and make sure you guys come over and follow me on TikTok. You know, I drop a lot of stuff over there. I'm having fun. You know, it's not a old man's place, but people like astrology, and so I figure I should be there talking about it too. But so if you stop by, yeah, it's tailored to you coaching, you know, at TikTok or whatever. But it's you know, Pluto, the end degrees in Capricorn, 28 and 29, and it will retrograde back to 27. It won't hit the exact minutes of the America's return, but it will retrograde back, I think twice, coming up soon, one more time, and then another time early next year. And then, you know, it takes a little peak in March in 2023 into Aquarius, and then goes back, and then won't go back until Aquarius to 2024. But but just understand, 28 and 29 a critical degree. I mean, we still got a lot more, me too, a lot more systems and structures and authority and government that's got to be revamped and revisited and reanalyzed and refigured, reconstructed, and, you know, things like that. Mercury is flying through Taurus. It's already at 20 degrees. You know, the solar eclipse coming on April 30th, this is very karmic energy, you know, in Taurus. With the sun and the moon on April 30th. And then you got Mercury and Uranus and the North Node. I mean, the fixed signs, right, on all the angular houses, 1, or I guess I should be doing it this way, right? So it's 1, 4, 7, 10. It's so it's affecting in the South Node in Scorpio. So it's the energy that's karmic that we have to release from our past with the Scorpio, and then the energy in the North Node in Taurus that we need to move towards in this 18-month period. And then May 15th will be the lunar eclipse, and then we revisit it again in November in autumn, right? But the fixed signs are really going through these really deep, fated karmic experiences that will make you move and grow for the better. But when it's happening, it can be painful. It can be, and so Leo, sun and risings, not as much the moon. You might feel it internally, but especially the rising signs. But sometimes the sun signs will feel it as much too. But basically, right, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius ascendants. Okay. So just be aware of this energy. Try to Taurus season, especially Taurus and Mercury. Taurus and Mercury, that's what the truth's got. And it's very like sweet honey molasses. Like they talk smooth, they kind of respond a little slower and calm. Taurus, remember, this is Venus.
Really quick.
Go ahead.
Wait. Oh. Jackie said, my mom passed when I was 13 years old. Still dearly miss her. And then, Temptress the Enchantress is here.
Temptress the Enchanted. Hi, Temptress. Missed you. How you doing?
She said, yay, congrats.
It's been a few weeks. So anyway, so back to, so just want to go back to mi esposa, my wife, right? So Earth Day. So you can go to Sabale. So Sabale and it means patience in Mali, right? So dope. So her containers are compostable. Like she's going next level, like really next level. And she's starting off with trace mineral deodorants because you guys don't want that aluminum and chemicals and stuff like that. And just so you know, most of the big companies, even as they're trying to get more healthy, they still use water, which creates the bad preservatives that you need. And so you don't want nothing to do with that. Even these so-called healthier deodorants, they're not good. So my wife makes everything herself. And so it's Sabale, Sabali. And I'll put the link down below.
Nicole said hello. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's all right, Nicole. How you doing, lady? Yeah, so Sabale, purefaceandbody.com. That's my wife's company. She's launching on Earth Day, but I think you could probably start ordering. The site's live, right? You can order products now. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can order, but it's
you
fine.
might be able to order now, but I know everything's officially launching on April 22nd, Saturday, Earth Day, and she's doing this big Earth Day event with Green Living magazine. So really proud of her. But she's starting off with the deodorants, and the lip balms will be, coming up probably next week. She's just waiting on the packaging shipment. And it got delayed from China. She's doing it bigly. I gotta make fun, man. But for you guys that came on late, what's so deep, right? Tonight's chart, the ascendant is 17 degrees Virgo. That's the truth ascendant, and this is exact degrees from my Virgo sun. And then the moon is 11 degrees Capricorn, which is my natal moon. And I'm talking about mi madre, my mother, and honoring her and rest in power mom and her birthday. My mother, Pisces ascendant and moon, Taurus, third house, crazy stellium, Sun, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus. So she passed away during her Uranus return.
Catch up on some of these
Okay, let's catch up.
Let's see.
But it's been a long week since last week. I missed you guys. Trust me, I did.
Irene Mack said, I am 38 and I've never been married. Saturn in the fourth house.
Yes, Saturn in the fourth house can, if you remember watching the video, it can sometimes delay marriage. And it's probably better that you didn't get married before your Saturn returns.
Saturn in the fourth house in Libra.
Oh, it's exalted. Oh, you're bragging, Irene. So you have to put in a little bit less hard work than all of us, but still, when you have Libra in the ascendant, though, that means sometimes you had to be kind of like the balance and the peacemaker in the home. Like you might have had more than one sibling, or just, you sometimes you had to sacrifice some of your needs being met. And mom could have been kind of strict. Saturn in the fourth house usually instills a lot of hard work and discipline in the home, usually from your mother. Okay. But that's something that you can definitely see. But you guys with the Pisces moon. And Jacqueline, you said your mom died at 13, but she said she was a Cancer moon. I wonder what, Cancer moon. But that's interesting because, the water moons are, you water moon people are deep. I like the Cancer moon, but Cancer moon, it can be very extra emotional and sensitive, but it's a very deep knowing. Where the Pisces moon is more empathic and sometimes psychic. The Scorpio moon can be very intuitive and emotional, but also, receptive of energy and healing. And then the Cancer moon is just like, they just know stuff, deep knowing. Go ahead.
Okay. Hope said, I'm excited for her stuff. By the way, my aunt loves in Phoenix.
Lives.
That's a typo then.
Okay.
What do you call it? Lady Menza said Scorpio moon, second house. And then she said he's a baby. And then Jessica said, I have moon in Taurus and I was raised with a lot of inconsistencies, and now I have trust issues, but try to have compassion with parents.
Yeah, and I think that's what we all need to do. You know what I mean? I know that, my mother and I, like every mother and son, bumped heads. But, I felt sometimes as the little old man, like I, felt responsible for her, and sometimes felt like I had to teach and guide her. When your parents are Aries and Taurus, you feel like, there's definitely a lot of kid energy. You know what I mean? And so as a Virgo, I'm like, am I the one with the wisdom here or what? But it's definitely fascinating. And who had that Scorpio moon? That Scorpio moon. So remember, I told you guys, right? Any Scorpio sun, moon, or risings, that means your mother had a difficult birth or pregnancy with you. Preeclampsia, C-section, breach, like something, you could almost die at birth, like any Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. It's almost like 98 to 100% accurate. Like totally. So, all right. I think we'll segue off of Mom Dukes. And for any of you guys, I'm not expecting anything, but I'm going to post the thing. I just have set up like a little charity donation thing in honor of my mom and stuff. Quick little story. So my mother, after she retired from teaching, she got kind of tired and had the breast cancer. I was teaching up at the Bronx. After 9/11 and, dealing with the acting and stuff. And then, I don't know. So one day I'm just like in my neighborhood and I'm, seeing my mom cross the street on 96th in Amsterdam. And I'm just like, this is kind of crazy. That's my mom crossing the street. Like, you know what I mean? And so I was like, what's up, Mom? What are you doing? And she's like, oh, I was just coming from, the church over there. My mom was raised Catholic or whatever. And it was a Holy Name Church, and now it's Holy Name St. Gregory's Parish on 96th in Amsterdam. And I was like, what were you doing there, Ma? And she's like, oh, I volunteer at the church. I teach English and do reading and writing with the Spanish speaking people at the church. And I was like, what? I was like, that's so awesome, Ma. I was like, how long have you been doing this? Yeah, she was like, oh, I've been doing it for a while. And so I just want to share that with you because that's an example of my mother's heart and the Pisces moon and ascendant and even that sun. And she had the part of fortune in Taurus in the third house. So elementary school teacher, see, it's literal. Part of fortune in the sun. And the Saturn. You see a lot of Saturn for teachers in the third house too. And it just put chills down my back because she didn't tell anybody she was doing this. She didn't even tell her own son. She just went to go volunteer out of the goodness of her heart because that's who Cheryl Taylor was. And so I'm setting up a charity, sent them a nice little lump sum of money in the memory of her name. And I'm going to post it here. And even if you guys want to send $1 or $2 or anything in my mother's name, I would more than appreciate it. And rest in power, Mom. I love you. She was amazing. All right, let me get myself together here. Read some questions or comments, or whatever.
Okay. Let's see. Eric, as a Capricorn Moon, do people have the false idea that you don't really feel emotional about things?
The what?
As Eric, as a Capricorn Moon, do you?
I don't know. I mean, when you read the stuff, excuse me, I'm like all digging in my nose in front of you guys, but yeah, Capricorn Moons. So yeah, we feel deeply. What happens is with Capricorn Moons, we compartmentalize our emotions and we kind of put them off to later. I'm not an overly emotional person. I'm not quick to overly react. I'm very disciplined with my emotions. My Capricorn Moon, I think, kind of makes me a little bit of a workaholic, along with the Virgo, Sun, Mercury, Mars. But I think, the Capricorn Moon is, the moon is exalted in Taurus and it does well in Virgo. And since it's at home in Cancer, it's, debilitated in Capricorn and falls in Scorpio. But I don't find it to be a terrible placement. I know I'm in groups on Facebook with the Capricorn Moon people, and I like it because it's somewhat serious. A lot of the astrology groups are just a bunch of stupid memes, and I'm a grown man. I'm not into the memes and all that stuff. I don't tend to waste my time on social media. I don't want to sound like an arrogant snob, but I'm about business. So, yeah, I think we are more reserved with our emotions, and people don't give it credit, but the Capricorn Cancer axis is very much about sense of humor. And so I think for me, I have a lot of humor, I think, around my moon, personally. So, but yeah, as you can see, I'm human. I feel emotions, and yeah. So, But back to all y'all, Taurus.
Okay.
Okay.
Jackie said, so mentally and spiritually preparing for this eclipse in Taurus as a Leo, roar.
Yeah. Well, let me.
Temptress
Go ahead.
said Taurus rising.
Oh, Temptress. Well, Temptress, as a Taurus rising, you're going through a lot right now. I already know. Because with having Uranus there until 2025, now the North Node, and you've got, Mercury and the Sun, that's a lot to your physical appearance, your outer mask, your I am energy, your identity. And you might feel a great pull, Temptress, to get a tattoo, a piercing, cut off all your hair, change your hair color, get braids, do something different. But also your overall, I don't want to say mental fortitude, but your overall identity of like how you show up in the world. You can have a lot of changes in this 7-year period from 18 to 2025. 2025 comes, you might not even recognize yourself, Temptress, And this could literally be from a devout born again Christian to like totally into astrology and tarot, or like a devout Muslim to like totally becoming a Buddhist, or you know what I mean? Like it can be like big, like spiritual shifts, all types of stuff. And understand, you guys, this nodal axis, this is a lot about and especially with Venus and Pisces now, the ruler of Taurus, this is a lot about our values, our self-worth, right? Even just our 5 senses, our food intake, our survival, how we invest or save our money. The North Node in Taurus, there's just a lot of energy, like not only what do you value, but who do you value? How do you value people? And so, especially with Venus and Pisces at this time, I want you guys to really be extra patient, kind, and compassionate to yourself. If you've never done it in your entire life, right now is the time, especially from even now to May 15th. Put yourself first, please, right? Massage your feet, take the bubble bath, meditate, get your crystals, gems, incense, whatever, pray, read the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, whatever. Get spiritually grounded. What is Taurus, right? It's nature. Eat some really good, healthy food. Be intentional about your food, about things you collect, about your values, and make sure you're taking the time to increase your self-love and your self-worth. You guys, all of you, Jason, Dominique, Temptress, Irene, Lady Menza, Jacqueline, Mad Gaming, all of you guys are amazing. Dominique, all of you are amazing. And please, I don't just say that as like fluff. I'm not a happy-go-lucky astrologer that doesn't want to ever tell you any bad news, right? And Sacred Owl as well. I'm not going to ever lie to you guys, but I am going to be positive in the sense that we all signed up for this, just like Dominique said earlier, right? We chose our parents. We chose to be here and alive at this very moment of time through the whole past 2.5 years and this mess and just everything. And so we're built for this. We're built for Pluto and Aquarius. We're built for Neptune and Aries, Jupiter and Aries coming up, for the next year, coming up on May 11th and then 2023. We're built for the Neptune and Aries. We're going to be built for Uranus and Gemini. This is going to be a very different place, 2027, when we wake up. I promise you. And things might get a little bit worse. I know it's hard to imagine. Things might get a little bit worse before they get better, but they will get better. I promise you that. I feel like Dr. King, right? I done seen into the future to the mountaintops with little black boys and little black girls, with little white boys and little white girls. We'll hold hands, Let me tell you, I always wanted the child. Like, I think I'd have to wear a wig or cut off all my hair, and I'm lighter than him, and I'm way taller. But I could morph and get, Neptune on the ascendant. I'm a great actor. I could morph. I could play a great Dr. King in a biopic. I would body it. Now, I'd much rather play like, Huey P. Newton or, something like that. But I'm just saying, it's always been a dream of mine to do something, heavy like that. Yeah, no. So, any comments and stuff?
Yes, quite a few.
All right.
So Mara said, "OMG."
Oh, and Amara's too. You're amazing too, Amara.
Lunar eclipse on my birthday.
Oh, wait. The solar eclipse on April 30th or the lunar on May 15th? What'd she say? The lunar? Or just the eclipse?
Just the eclipse. Or the lunar eclipse.
Okay, so either way, you're a Taurus. Okay. Oh, we'll take Mars, take advantage of the birth chart sale for Taurus. Only $135 for the full 12 house written report with videos, or if you want the big shebang, only $250. I'm knocking it down to $220. And this one is full written report with videos and a 40 to 50 minute custom video summary mini movie of your life, where I break down every single nook and cranny. It's beautiful. No astrologer does that. And I think the reason why I do it, yes, it's much more work for me, but it's almost like I want you guys to have something unique and special. And so that, I always say, like, I don't want to give you fish. I want to teach you how to fish. And between that or my astrological life coaching program, where, I can do like your live chart reading, and then we can meet, over Zoom and do that for 60 minutes. And then 4 weeks after, breaking down 3 houses at a time. It's a game changer, because it's like I teach you how to live with the flow and energy of your birth chart, which is the map of your life. And we look at the degrees, we look at some numerology, the human design. It's like Wu-Tang, blue and green. Where's Water Minx at tonight? It's Wu-Tang for the children. You know what I'm saying? ODB is for the children. Yo, do you guys remember Old Dirty Bastard's first album? Do you even know how brilliant ODB was? In all his silliness and craziness, Big Baby Jesus. ODB was no joke, you guys. Escuchen, listen. Wu-Tang, amazing, but ODB, no. So, but yes, with this North Node and this solar and lunar eclipse, it can be, you can't run from this. Like, there's no like flat earth and you just like run like off the earth to like avoid it. It's going to affect us all, and it will affect the fixed signs more. So the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, suns, moon and rising, but mainly rising and suns, because it's very karmic. It is, who knew, right? These little nodal points, north and south nodes of the moon. It's, God, it's one of those things where like you would just want to ask God, like, why? Like, what, how did you make that energy so powerful? Well, the moon is so powerful that it links up a woman's menstrual cycle, right? And it controls the tides of the ocean, and it affects the plants. The moon helps the plants to grow at night, right? This is why Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. Jupiter is biology, Cancer moon. See the symmetry and connection? And you know what I mean? And so, and that's why the moon is exalted in Taurus, closest thing to the earth. Taurus rules what? The garden, the food, the vegetables. You get it? Everything is a perfect harmony. So yeah, it's but so this this is going to be deep, and just know, for you to get ahead of it, there has to be an energy of surrender, letting go and letting God and releasing. Very much the soul psyche of Pluto, in terms of like what you need to, do and deal with the Pluto. Like, just understand that you're going to see with that Scorpio South node, it's letting go of some of the power, some of the obsession, some of the control, letting go of manipulation. And let's be honest, in some way or form, we all manipulate to some degree, even when we're not trying to. Sometimes it's part of the programming, being a part of the earthling experience. So you want to try to let go of that as much as you can. Now, what happens with the solar or lunar eclipse? It will make you do these things. So you want to start to move towards it and prepare, right? Sometimes you might have to let go of some intimacy, some partners, some relationships. That Libra full moon was a part of this story. And that Scorpio full moon on the eclipse on May 15th, yikes, the fusas. Strap your boots on, y'all. It's going to be intense. All right, read the comments.
Okay.
So we're going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes. I got to have dinner and celebrate my mother's birthday and eat some cake.
Amaris, happy early birthday, love.
Yes.
And then S4 said, hey, Eric, what does it mean when Taurus is on the 11th house with Venus in the 8th house in the natal chart, or in the natal?
Venus in the 8th and Taurus in the... Oh, yeah, in terms of like the influence of the rulership. Yeah, it definitely will light that up. Venus in the 8th house, especially for women, it's a very healing energy. You can crave deep intimacy, and sometimes you can grow through learning occult knowledge, sometimes with groups, organizations, friends. Coming to Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric, May 8th, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, as an example. You like how I did that, right? But it's actually true. I'm not joking. But you have to understand, because the 11th house is groups, the internet, social network, astrology, aliens. And no, I'm not an alien, but I think I might have met a few, or at least one. But that's, yeah. So you'd have to email me and I could, elaborate more. But yeah, it just activates. So for example, when you have Venus in 8th house, right? So Venus is not just relationships, it's pleasure, beauty, it's sweet tooth, but it's material items, money. So you can make money through healing, through investigation, through what's in your 8th house besides Venus. Like, I guess if you have Taurus there, then it's square. That must be Aquarius. So it should be Aquarius, yeah. So, you can be very into astrology and the occult and esoterics, and you can find pleasure in investigating and learning about using, like Sabale, my wife's products, ancient herbs, doTERRA, right? Anything hidden and underground, plant-based medicine, okay? And you could always email me and I could break it down more, but that's just a little quick little bloop, little Wu-Tang for the children. Anything I come on, read? Read.
Come on, read. Yeah, I bet you guys are so proud of her. Yeah, congrats, love. Nicole, sweet, I can relate. My mom is Taurus. LOL.
Hope, and I call your mom a Taurus?
Hope said, my mom, Scorpio sun. We both almost died with my birth.
Scorpio, what is it? She said
Scorpio sun.
Hope's not a Scorpio sun.
Her mom.
Oh, her mom. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. That Scorpio sun, moon, and rising. It's so deep. Like, why? And I guess because Scorpio rules like the, sexual organs, but Libra has to do with stuff internally for a woman too. But and like the lower back and the buttocks, but it's so deep, right? That why would it be? Why would God in the universe, why would he, God make it that Scorpio sun, moon, and rising, that there's issues around birth and pregnancy and just the experience? Is it that death and rebirth, transmutation, transformation energy? It's, I love getting into the psychology of stuff, you know what I mean? And really digging deep, But you guys remember, come, Nicole and Hope and, the Sacred Owl will tell you guys, come to Coffee Talk. We really, we have fun and we get into it and we learn and we share. And I love my group. I love Coffee Talk. Sometimes I think I want to do it more than once a month. Right now, it's just what I can handle, just with my schedule and all that. But, maybe by next year, after a full 12-month cycle of it, by next February, I might be ready to do it twice a month. We'll see. But I'm just so humbled, you know what I mean? Humbled and honored, people like the Sacred Owl and Nicole and Hope and Kimberly and, just different people that have come and enjoyed and learned and shared, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. It is Temptress or whoever asked that question. Oh, S4. S4, I feel like maybe I know who you are and don't know who you are or something. I don't know. If you want to share your name, you can. But if not, definitely email me. But you know what I mean? It's very much about building community, 11th house, and teaching, but sharing astrological placements and knowledge. You know what I mean? And that's pretty dope, And in this time, with everything that's going on, you guys, we need that. We all do. I need it. I think you guys need it too. This is the map of your life. I always joke, and you guys see me talk about it in videos and stuff, but it's not a game. None of this is a game. You see what's happening in the world. You think any of this is a game? You see the movie Bloodsport? like we're in some real times, you know what I mean? And so you want to know this knowledge, even if they turn off the internet and you can't ever access it. I tell you, always print out your script. You know what I mean? Like, you want to know. You want to know. They know. You need to know. Capiche? And I don't know if you saw my last video. So, like, we just had happy belated Easter, all of you guys, and Passover, and anybody celebrating Ramadan. But so I threw my hat in the ring on Jesus Christos, Capricorn rising, Pisces Moon in the third house, and it's joy. The fish, Pisces Moon, just like my mama and a couple of your mamas, Mad Gaming and somebody else, and Virgo Sun in the ninth house. What is the ninth house? Your father's teachings, beliefs, philosophies, guru, shaman, higher learning. Sun in the ninth house, and Virgo, humanitarian of service, born from the Virgin, Virgo, the Virgin Mother. I think I might be right. What do you guys think? Oh, man. But listen, this was fun. Thank you for dealing with me and my emotions and sharing the awesomeness of my mother, helping me to honor and celebrate her. And I'll share the stuff for the information for Holy Name Church at St. Gregory's Parish. If you guys just want to even, just like it or share it or send them $1 in her name, whatever. But it's just something I have to do as her son, to honor just her heart, to volunteer and help other people in need. And I teach that to my children as my mother and father taught generosity and charity to me. You know what I mean? And in life, you should always help people that are less fortunate than you, or they could just be a friend or a stranger, just exchanging knowledge or giving them insight or help. You know what I mean? If I know something, I'm not going to hide it from you. If I can teach you or help you, you know what I mean? That I'm not a selfish human. I'm not competitive. I'm in competition with myself. I'm not competitive with nobody. Unless I'm spitting bars. And I've toned that down a little bit, you know what I mean? When I was younger, I was, But, the competition is with you and a man or woman in the mirror. So enjoy this Taurus season. Get out in nature. Remember, Taurus energy, very underestimated, very sensual. We all know that, but very spiritual. My mother was very spiritual, very grounded. Oh, and Taurus, third house, fifth house, sixth, 10th, really almost anywhere in the chart, but definitely those placements. Tauruses love.
Steven showed up.
Hey, Steven the Jupiterian. What's up, man? Miss you, bro. My mother loved to drive fast. That Taurus energy in the third house. She'd get on that West Side Highway. You know about that, Dominique? My mother would be whipping. And what was so cool when I was a little boy, my mom used to make the car dance at the red light. So she'd be rocking the music and she'd like do the little thing on the brake and she'd make the car dance. And I was like, oh my God. And my dad, he would drive with no hands. And I was just like, oh my God. I thought he was like a superhero. He was driving with his knees. But, I was so young, I didn't see, you know what I mean? So I was just like, oh my God, and he would do that on the highway. Total Aries, right? Driving with no hands and stuff. Oh my God. Love my Aries Taurus parents, man. I'll see them one day in a long time in heaven. Me and death, we already had a conversation. It's not my time yet. Please understand what I went through. I've seen some stuff, and I'm definitely at a different spiritual place. And I can't always share everything that I want to share with you guys here. Hopefully you come to Coffee Talk or get a reading from me, or, just email me. You want to chit chat, I mean, I'm busy. God knows I'm busy. 3 kids, my own business, husband, now son-in-law, my mother-in-law here. But I'm very humbled by you guys showing up each week. It means a lot to me. I told you a lot of my friends and family aren't into astrology. So you guys, you're my friends and family. You know what I mean? So believe you me, I overstand and I got you. Okay? You guys have a blessed week. Have a sip of water and shout out Cheryl Taylor for me. Mom Dukes. She's one of the best to ever do it, man. That's a tough chick. Harlem girl, through and through.
Steven said, my mother's a 29 degrees Taurus, Scorpio Moon.
Woo! So Steven, them Taurus girls are something else. And remember, Taurus, they like to collect things and they like to match their shoes with their purse and their belt. Taurus ladies are sharp, man. They like nice fabrics. She had like these beautiful things in the house and just very, jewelry, gems. Excuse me, that was Mom Dukes. Her Poochie dresses. Oh yeah. She was lit and dripping before that stuff was the terms that it is today. Oh man. Tell them grandma was something else, right? He used to have fun. So one little funny story. He was about 2.5, 3 years old. And all of a sudden I just hear him start crying. And I come out and I'm like, what happened? And he was just like crying and he was like, Grandma hit me or something. I was like, Ma, what did you do? And I said, he's a baby. And she said, he hit me. And I said, Ma, he's a baby. Don't hit my son. He's a little baby. She goes, oh, no, he's not. She was ready to jack him up. But, she was walking them with the walker before she got in a wheelchair in 2013. She got a UTI, put her in a wheelchair. And, but, the dementia was starting to get a little bit worse. She was still, there. But her perception of him is this little, almost 3-year-old was like that. He was like a little old man, but they were like, had a sibling rivalry. Because the other day we were watching an old video and we were playing catch and he would, we'd pass the ball around and like, you want to throw it to grandma? He's like, no, mommy, no, daddy. He wouldn't throw it to grandma. So then I do it to grandma. He runs over and then jacks the ball from grandma and takes it. And she was like, what? So, he would initiate some stuff. So maybe she had to like pap him with the walker and let him know, little sucker. That was my mom. She was a tough chick, man. And she got on the twins too. She like whap, 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 smacked them up a couple times. And my mom, I mean, she was very petite and like a diva, but my mom had like these strong Taurus hands. Like, oh my gosh. I remember one time she hit me. I made some smart comment as a teenager to her, and she had a rag. It was wet, and she was like, whap, whap, and lassoed me, and like whap, and my glasses were like all like like off my face. I was playing video games, and I had a nerve to say something slick to my mom. My mom was not the one. And it was so funny, all my friends love my mother, but because she was about respect, but she would be like, hey, sweetie, hey, darling. She spoke to you like she was a Southern belle, even though she was born and raised in Harlem. You would think she was from down south. She called everybody sweetie or sweetheart or darling and baby or sugar. And, but if I called your house and I didn't say, hello, Mrs. or Mr. So-and-so, can I please speak to Dominique or please speak to, Stephen or whatever, my mother would make me hang up the phone, recall again, apologize, and then say it the proper way. And I always had to have proper diction and enunciate and pronunciate my words properly and clearly. This is what made me a good actor and a good MC. Cheryl Taylor putting that discipline on thee. That's that Saturn and Taurus. And she gave that to me. Okay. You guys can see through your parents and then your children, you could see planets and placements that are passed down. My father was a Scorpio moon, and so now my kids have Scorpio moon. I had the Scorpio rising. I was passed down. You know, it's there's certain things you'll see, like, you know, through the lineages. It's very powerful and deep. It's deep, deep, deep. Deep, 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 deep. All right. We're going to go. Read the last couple of comments?
Yeah, Nicole, or Demon Main had said, have a lovely time with your family tonight.
Thank you.
And then Nicole said, you mentioned that you have twins. They're an indications of that you're in your, that in your or your wife's chart.
You know, I looked for that. You see it in their chart and the Placidus, but you don't. The only thing I can say is that I have the Gemini 8th house and the twins have an 8th house sun. It's the only thing that I've been able to see. And their chart's the exact same, just 1 degree different on the ascendant. But I don't know if there was anything else. Now, my Jupiter on the ascendant speaks to me having a lot of siblings and a lot of children. My wife's like, well, I wish you would have told me that before we, you know. I was like, I didn't know, you know, back then. So, but yeah, when you have Jupiter 1st or 5th house, you can have a lot of children or siblings, and sometimes the 3rd house. So 1, 3, 5 Jupiter placements, you can have at least 2 or more. You know, I have, you know, 3 biological and my stepson, so 4 kids, and then God knows how many siblings, you know. Maybe I'm 1 of 5 or 1 of 7. Those are some of the rumors. I don't actually know. Papa was a rolling stone. Just like my mother had a stellium in Taurus, my dad had that stellium in Aries, I think, in the 9th house. Leo rising. He was a bad boy. That Scorpio moon. Yeah. My dad was legendary. I was legendary as a single man, but happily married now. All right. What was the last couple?
Nicole said, thanks for sharing the knowledge. Y'all enjoyed dinner. Sacred Alice and enjoy the family tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much, you guys. You guys are amazing.
Steven said, my dad is a 29-degree Libra, Aries moon. Jackie said, thoroughly enjoyed your talks. Have officially adopted your family into my family, LOL.
Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. We need adoption. We need prayers. We need love. And I think we all do. And don't think, I meditate and pray for you guys too. I really do. You know, I don't forget any of your names or your vibrations. And even if I haven't met you on Coffee Talk, just on here, the energy that you share with me and that you know, emote out, I receive it and I feel it. So it's greatly appreciated, you know. Your boy loves it. I'm pretty easy to please. Like I'm so like, you know. Now my wife's like a gourmet cook, but I'm just the type of person, I'm thankful for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a very, you know, the truth will tell you. Like I'm pretty easygoing.
Yeah.
Yeah. except for when you make me crazy. But he's a good kid. He's got another commercial coming up soon, end of the month. That the agency, he didn't even have to audition for it. They just wanted him and are like designing this whole thing, and they just want to use him. That's that Leo South Node, y'all. Taurus Mercury, Gemini Sun. The truth. My seed.
Jessica said, have a great dinner with your family. Take care. Jackie said, after all, we are only human.
Amen. Remember that song? We're only human. Human League. Dun, 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 dun. I'm only human. Better not sing too many bars. Because you get in trouble, right? All right,
No
that's
offense,
it.
but you're not that accurate.
Huh?
You're not that accurate to the actual song.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
Like, he knows the song. He probably knows it through some meme or something.
No, I just heard it.
You heard it before?
Like, just,
okay.
But you can't replicate the music with just
okay. I can sing it a cappella. Those are the rules, the copyright rules. Can't play the music, but I could sing the lyrics a cappella. All right, you guys, be good. Be kind to yourself. Work on your true values. Self-love, self-worth. Tap into your 5 senses. Open up the third eye for your 6th sense. Honor your mother. Forgive your parents. And spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. It's the Harlem way, too. It's the Uptown way. It's the New York way. You know? Goodbye. All right. God bless. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you. Bye.